Okay, and we're back. So, now we're doing protein fluff. And I'm only going to show you part of this because the last little thing, I'm going to have to melt some chocolate because I'm making a certain kind today. We are going to make pistachio. Dubai chocolate, if you will, because I'm going to melt some semi-sweet chocolate to drizzle in there. But again, skinny mixes, this shit is the best, I swear to God, and you can put it in anything. So I got my Greek yogurt. This is a bigger bowl because this is going to be my snacks throughout the entire week, maybe even longer, however long it lasts me. But this makes enough to where if I want a little sweet treat, I can grab a little scoop, put it in a container, bring it to work. A lot of times I'll dip honey wheat pretzel braids in there, like in the protein fluff, and it's so good. I love these things, they're delicious. But you can just eat it. You could put it in a little ice cream cone and go put it in the freezer and have an ice cream, you know. So there's a lot of things but that you could do with it. But so again, we're gonna start Greek yogurt. I'm gonna put a scoop of protein powder. I might sometimes, yeah, we'll do a scoop and a half. I was gonna say, sometimes I do a little extra because it's a bigger bowl. And this is for the whole bowl. Like this is 25 plus like a half a scoop for the whole bowl. So really every time you're not getting like 35 grams of protein or whatever, 40 grams of protein, you're just getting a piece of that, probably 10 grams protein or whatever. But so I put that in there, Greek yogurt, and then we're going to use sugar-free, zero sugar pistachio. I've done so many flavors of this. Last week I did birthday cake, which I usually just use the zero sugar vanilla and some vanilla extract, and then rainbow sprinkles and vanilla wafers, because the vanilla wafers soak up some of that liquid in there and it makes them like little cakey pieces in the birthday cake. It's actually really good. I've done pumpkin spice. I've done key lime pie. Right now up there I've got zero sugar lemon, so I could do like lemon blueberry. I mean, I've done like every flavor you could possibly think of. So we're gonna use about half of this because this is a bigger bowl. And I literally don't measure anything. I just measure with my heart. So you do you. I don't know. I mean, this is probably like maybe a cup and a half of Greek yogurt to a half of one of these, and a scoop and a half of protein powder. And when you first start stirring this, it's gonna seem super thick, and I'm telling you, it will stir together. Just keep stirring. Just keep stirring, because it looks like it's a lot of powder to yogurt ratio, but I promise you it will stir together. I'm about to show you in a second. Just keep stirring it. I'm gonna add my skinny mix, a little bit of this, not much. I usually only do like maybe a teaspoon or a half a tablespoon of this in there. But it does help when it's zero sugar to add the skinny mixes, because it just makes it taste better. It makes it taste like there's more sugar in there. So stir that all in. And it's gonna thicken up too, like in the fridge, because it's pudding mix. Like overnight, it'll thicken up even more, which honestly I like, because it's kind of like cheesecakey a little bit once it gets like thicker. But all right, so I got that mixed in. That's what it looks like. Now I'm gonna crush up some plain honey graham crackers, just regular honey graham crackers. I got 2 here. I'm gonna crush those into there. And honestly, again, I kind of like a few bigger pieces, because once you once it soaks it up a little bit, then they get like soft, kind of like cake cake pieces. So stir those in. Again, you're just gonna stir until you can't stir anymore. It's gonna be thick, but there's a reason for that. So you want it to be thick. You wanna get your toppings in there. Because the next step is gonna make it fluffy. Why I call it protein fluff. We're gonna add the fluff. So because I want to melt chocolate too, actually, hang on. I'm going to add 1 more graham cracker just because it's a bigger bowl. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of these semi-chocolate chips because I also want to put them on top. So I'm not going to add much, just to have them like mixed in there. If you really wanted this to be like the Dubai chocolate vibe, you could get that kataffi stuff. I have not tried that. I would love to get some on Amazon and try it in here because I feel like it would be so good. But you could use that. You can use whatever you want, really. Do you. This is just how I make it. But once you have the base down, I mean, you can make any flavor your heart desired of this stuff. As long as they got the sugar-free flavors, which honestly, what is Jell-O? Jell-O needs to make more sugar-free flavors because they're on their game, kinda, but I feel like I could make so many good things if I had a few more good flavors, like maybe some instead of Jell-O, make pudding that's raspberry or berry flavored, or there's so many flavors that they could do that they haven't done, especially in the sugar-free. But all right, now is the fun part. Now we're adding our Cool Whip. This one is the reduced fat one. You can also get 0 sugar. This one, reduced fat, has 1 gram of sugar. So, I mean, it is what it is. You can get either one. I'm gonna use a different spoon, so I'm not mixing pudding, and even though we're about to mix it, honestly, but whatever. So, this is what we're looking like. Okay, it's like about half the bowl. Now we're gonna put Cool Whip, and I do like a good couple heaping spoonfuls, and then fold it in. This is what makes it protein fluff. That's why I always call it that, because it makes it super fluffy. Really good. I love making the pumpkin one. The pumpkin one was the best because I use actual canned pumpkin in here with a little bit of the pumpkin skinny mix syrup. It is delicious. That's probably one of my favorite ones. And I really like lemon blueberry too, because you could use like real fruit. I've made a few different ones with fruit like strawberries, peaches in the summertime. You could put marshmallow in there so that it's like ambrosia salad type of thing. That's really good with it. There's just so many kinds you can make, but all right, so now we're talking. Now we're fluffy, okay? It's getting nice and fluffy, and it's like tripled in size, if you see that. So then I kind of spread it out in the bowl. And we're gonna add all right. This is where the fun part comes in. Now, I'm gonna put a little bit more. Actually, no, hold on. Pause. Now that you got it spread out like that, It's a little bit of a mess, but whatever. Put a tiny layer of Cool Whip between your fluff and the top. Now we're gonna start doing toppings, which for this is gonna be easy. All I'm gonna do is put graham crackers again on the top, and we're gonna melt some mini chocolate chips. Couple graham crackers all over the top. Really crush it up for the top part. Again, if you had that toffee stuff, you could be putting that on here and then putting the melted chocolate. But it's still Dubai chocolate vibes. I love pistachio. I love pistachio anything. Actually, a couple weeks ago, I used a gift card I got for Christmas and got a pistachio cold foam at Starbucks. I was telling my family it was the best coffee I've had in the longest freaking time. I never go to Starbucks. I've always been a Dunkin' girly, but my God, was it a good freaking coffee. So, there's that. You got your pistachio, graham crackers. I'm gonna go melt some chocolate to just drizzle on the top a little bit. And you know, guys, I'm not saying that this is the healthiest thing in the world, but if you are craving sweets like cookies and ice cream and all that stuff, if you are a sweets girly and you want sweets all the time, this is where it's at, because this curbs my cravings every time. I can make different flavors, different varieties, different toppings, different stuff. And it's still better for me to have a little cup of this than it would be to go eat an ice cream or a candy bar or a handful of cookies. And then what happens? You're going to eat those and you're going to go right back to it 10 minutes later and go grab another one and 5 more. And, you know, that's the endless cycle. So at least with this lasts me all week. I share it with my friends at work, whatever. And it craves those cravings for me. It curbs those cravings for me. So now you guys know how to make the protein fluff. Let me know if you try it. Let me know what flavor you try. Maybe I'll do it again at some point and show you guys a different kind or whatever. But yeah, let me know. Let me know how it goes. See ya.